Greetings, this is Jeff from Cantac Support, and today we're going to take a look at a new notion, which is the connections. Now, this notion was introduced in version 6.02 and higher, and connections are now associated to sites. So first we're going to take a look at the new icon that's been added, the connections icon. Then we're going to take a look at understanding the relationship between connections and sites. Then we're going to look at how to include a connection to a site. And finally, we're going to review the effect on the access level that a connection has when it's associated to a site. Alright, so let's start with the new icon that's been added, the connections icon. Now, if you take a look at this devices tab, this is from version 6.01 or lower. You can see that there's only the site icon. You don't see the devices icon in here. But now, if we move to version 6.02 or higher, and we start by going to the operations tab, you can see that site is now site and connection. And if you go to the devices tab, you'll see that there's now site and there's now a connection icon. Okay, now understanding the relationship between connections and site. As you can see on the left side, this is version 6.01 and below. Each site was created separately, so if you had 3 separate sites, you would have to create 3 separate access levels. Now with version 6.02 and above, by creating 3 connections but associating them to a single site, you will be able to manage this easier by creating only 1 access level relevant to all 3 connections. Okay, so how to include a connection to a site? First thing we'll want to do is we'll want to go to Options, System Parameters, and then on the left side we'll want to click on the workstation icon. And now you can see that there's either prompt, mandatory, or manually. By default, it's manually, meaning that it's never going to associate a connection to a site. So we're going to select prompt so that it prompts us to do it. So now, if we go to devices site, as you can see, there's no site currently, but we're going to create a new one. Let's call it Your Business. And then same thing in French, and then we're going to go ahead and save. Now, once the site has been created, we're going to be able to create some connections and associate them to the site. So let's do it. Let's go to Devices Connections. Now I'm going to change the gateway from my multi-site gateway because this doesn't apply for a global gateway. So let's create a connection. We're going to call it Building A. And then when we save, you see that it prompts us if we want to include this connection to a site. So we're going to say yes, and then we're going to associate to the Your Business site. And now I will create another connection, call it Building B. And then you'll see once again as we save, it's going to prompt us to add it to a site. We're going to select Your Business again. And finally, we're going to create a third connection, and we're going to call it Guard Booth. And once again, when we save, it's going to prompt us if we want to associate this to a site, and we'll say yes, and we will associate it to Your Business. Alright, so now we're ready to take a look at the access levels and how this affects the access levels. So first of all, if we go to Devices and then Connections, and I select the multi-site gateway, you'll see that there is a new connection in there, Boston location, that was not added to the site Your Business. So let's go back to sites, and if I select your business, you can see there's building A, building B, and the guard booth associated. But the Boston location is not there. So now let's go to Users, Access Level, and take a look at the access levels. Now, when we select the site, gateway, or connection, you see there's the global gateway, the Boston location, and your business. Now, if I select the Boston location, you can see I've created an access level Boston employee, and I can only see the doors from the Boston location. Now, if I change to your business, you can see that I can see 6 doors, which is all the doors included in the Your Business site. I've created an access level building A that would give access to the doors from building A, and there's also a guard access level that would give access to the doors in the guard booth only. So now, how does this apply to a user? If we go to Users Card and we select a user, then go to the Access Level tab, you can see that all sites or connections are in there. So the Boston location, I can select an access level for the Boston location, and then for your business, I can select one access level for that also. Hope you enjoyed the video. Have a great day.